Yo, back at it again. APM, I'm Padre Maestro with your boy Matthias, aka Belcod. About to answer a few kind of, sketchy questions. I don't even know what the questions are either, but let's get into it. This one looked a little suspect, the way you crumble it up, so I know this one's gonna be crazy. Let me see. Have you ever been influenced by females to stop or leave a band? Look, off the bat. Have I ever been influenced by a female to leave a band or to stop music? I'm not even gonna cap to. I mean, there's females like I brought up the thought of like leaving music, like literally thought like, okay, let me do a break from music. Let me do a break from this band or break from this band. I'm not benefiting anything, and they actually agree with it. And then like later on, they'll be like, yo, why haven't you left the band yet? And I'm just like, it takes time. I can't just get up and leave. We got a couple gigs lined up. But no, for real, they was like really behind their head. They was like, bro, we want you out of this band, Matthias. I want you out of this band. I could say yes, but I've never done it. I've never actually left bands because of a female though. Never that. So that's the answer. Getting to the next one. God damn, off the bat, bro. This question's crazy, yo. This question is crazy. Top 5 bands you ever played for. Top 5 bands I ever played for. It's a hard question. I'm not gonna hold you. Like one of my favorite bands I ever played for, I gotta put them at the top, bro. And I'm gonna just say the lineup after I say the name. It's TIZ. TIZ. TIZ because our lineup at one point was me, Johnson, Sun, shout out to him. Baby Don, shout out to Baby Don. We had Elijah on bass at first, shout out to Deputy Sheriff Elijah. And then we ended up getting JAZZ. Shout out to JAZZ. He's doing his thing with DC. That was our lineup for a minute. I think we had E-Man on gong. Shout out to E-Man too as well. Yeah, we had a stacked lineup, man. Like what? And we played straight old school heavy hitters. Like, your parents would listen to. We was playing them songs and we was smacking them out the water, putting our new flavor in it. So it was a dope experience. Plus, on top of that, I was learning from them boys because I was fresh. This was like 2020, 2021. Still learning how to, really play with another guitarist because, coming from a church where you're the only guitarist, you got to play full. So what other guitarists would you want to play with? Johnson, Sun, not to ride, no, not to be wet or anything. But yo, yeah, learning from that cat, bro, he's pretty raw. So it was cool. It was a cool experience. So I had to put them at top. After that, I had to put DJAZZ HENNESSY. DJAZZ HENNESSY, cool band. Again, a whole bunch of lineup of stack. Ruben, shout out to Ruben on bass. Sweet Keys. Sweat Dungeon on keys again. David on guitar. You have my little brother Isaac on guitar. Shout out to Frenchie vocals. Shout out to my boy Alan. Zeph on tumble. But yeah, that's now currently my favorite band to play with. After that, number 3 is JKC. Claudel, Baby Dog, me, Smooth Sam, Nate. You got Zeph. You got we stacked. We got Sweet Keys, Sweat Dungeon. We got all them boys. Bruni, whenever he shows up, shout out to Brunito. Andy on gong. Shout out to Jay. I forgot to mention Jay with Hennessy. Jay, I love playing with Jay. Y'all need to get him off of gong and put him on drums. Any band that gets Jay, put that nigga on drums, bro. Stop putting him on gong. After JKC, of all time, KLIMAX. KLIMAX will be 4th. Other version with me, Leo X drums, D strings, Ricky on second keys, Baby Don on drums, Fat as our conga, Tuna as our gong player, MJ and Ashley background vocals. Yeah, KLIMAX was fun. That's number 4. Pose. Follow the official Pose band. We coming, but yeah, that's one of my favorite bands to play with too. We still working, trust me. We doing a whole revamp. We cleaning everything up. But Pose is definitely, we coming. We creeping on you. But that's top 5 my favorite band to play with. All right, next question. Jazz or L'Evangile? Wait! Jazz or L'Evangile? Hey, Kobe. Money aspect wise, I'm not gonna hold you. L'Evangile is where it's at. L'Evangile. Why? Because churches always gonna have an audience. They always gonna have a crowd. That for money be hitting. Bro, it was a point where I was at a church where they was covering my rent. They was paying me enough to cover my rent for the month. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I was making some good bread at that church. I'm not gonna say their name, but that church was treating me right, bro. They took care of me. So I'm always gonna say L'Evangile. And plus, at heart, this is where we all came from. We all came from church, bro. We all really learned how to play instruments from church. Now, don't get me wrong, playing with a jazz, like 50 females in front of the stage yelling out your name and your girlfriend in the corner mad as heck at you, like, get this guy over here playing in front of you. Like, yeah, jazz is cool. No, don't get me wrong. You get exposure. But all seriousness, where the money is really at is really in l'évangile. Money, and then plus it's positive. Like, you in a church. You more likely to get shot in a jazz than at church. I'm not gonna hold you. I'd rather just do l'évangile. Like, if I had to choose between jazz and l'évangile for the rest of life, I'm doing l'évangile. And at the same time, you know, I'm on that same spiritual walk where I gotta, you know, be more in church. So that's my answer right there. L'évangile. Next question. Worst performance ever. Woo! Now, I'm gonna do a two-part on this because worst performance can be anything can make your performance a worst performance. Kobe. Oh, I missed that one. It wasn't in the middle. My worst performance was back in 2023 when we went against DDK Compa.